Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki Rowland, and on this channel we talk all things motherhood, especially when it comes to the single mom life and any and everything that pertains to being a woman. So today I just want to give a word of encouragement for anyone out there that is struggling in life, anyone that is struggling with being a single mom, with raising kids, whether you're struggling with heartbreak, whether you're at a point in life where you're just like, this ain't it, like I want more for myself, excuse me, I deserve more, but you're just feeling like you're stuck. You're starting to believe that it's never going to happen for you, or that things will never get better for you. And I want you to know that that's the furthest thing from the truth, that your current situation is not your final destination, sis, as long as that is not what you choose to let happen. When I first became a single mom, life was a real struggle for me. Like, I was on the struggle bus for a while, and I've had to deal with not being sure how I was going to pay my rent, how I was going to keep that roof over our heads. I've had to go literally stand outside, so I had to swallow my pride. I literally had to stand outside in the welfare line and wait for my turn to go inside and beg for assistance just to make sure that I can keep food on the table for my children. There were times where even up to now, when I look back at it, I'm not sure how else but the grace of God I was able to keep our lights on in the home. Like, they never got shut off on us. The children always still had access to the internet service, which they needed for school. And the roof stayed over my head. I did all of that living off of an unemployment check. At that time, I was not even receiving any form of child support. I had to fight for about 4 years before I got any form of child support for my kids. I've had days where my kids and I would literally be digging in the cushions of the couch to try to find change to put together, or even in the ashtray of our car, dig up change, try to put it together, and just to have enough to put like a gallon or two of gas in my car so I can get them to and from school for the next couple of days. So I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to be at a point in life where you're just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what's gonna happen to us at this point. I'm scared, I'm stressed, I'm depressed, I'm frustrated. But I'm going to tell you, as long as you believe that you deserve more, as long as you believe that there's more for you and you hold on to that and don't give up, I promise you God will carry you through, and sis, you will see the other side. And so it took me a while to get out of that situation. But what I will tell you is, like, during that time, what I did was I grew my relationship with God. And so I just started journaling. I would just pray and talk to God, and I would literally just let my emotions out. Whatever I was feeling at that moment, during that day, during that time, I let it out. So whether that be I'm frustrated or I'm angry, I'm just angry right now with life because I don't understand why I have to go through this. I'm a good person, I'm a good mother, I'm always helping people. Like, why is this happening to me right now? And why is it taking so long for me to get out of this mud that I'm stuck in? And I would let my emotions out that way. Whether I'm verbally just speaking out to God, or there were some days that I couldn't even speak because there was just so much. It was so overwhelming for me. I could not even open my mouth to speak, and I would just journal. And that would be how I would let my emotions out. And to me, that's very important that we do that, because when we don't find a way to let out what it is that we're feeling, we keep that bottled inside us. And what happens is it weighs us down. It causes us to stay stuck. It causes us to stay stuck in that moment. We just start to just swim in being angry and being depressed and being frustrated. And when your mind is stuck on that, how are you able to then continue to move forward towards that goal? How are you able to continue to see that vision that you have for yourself and believe that it's going to happen for me? I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what the situation look like right now. I don't care what she said she'd been through or he said he'd been through and they're still here. That's not going to be my story. So it's very important to let out the frustration, to let out whatever anger, whatever emotions that you're feeling, get it out. Speak to somebody about it, talk to God about it, journal about it, but get it out so that you're able to continue to move forward to whatever it is that your goal is, whatever life that you see for yourself that you are very deserving of. I want you to continue to focus on moving forward to see that happen. During this time, one of the main things that you want to focus on is your belief system. What are you believing? What are you believing without wavering? Because whatever you're believing, that is what's going to happen. That is what you're going to see unfold. So if you're believing like, I'm always going to be in this situation, things are not going to change because I don't know how that's going to happen, you will stay stuck in that situation, sis. But once you start believing that, no, there's more for me in this life, I deserve more, I'm worthy of more, I'm important enough, I have things to accomplish in this world, so it is impossible for this to be the end of my story, then things will start to change for you. And even if right now, like in front of you, it doesn't look like it, you're putting in the work, you're praying, you're getting up every day and you're working towards your goal, you're trying to see how you can get things done. Sometimes it looks like nothing is changing, but I promise you, I swear to you on everything, things are happening in the background that you don't even see yet. Doors will begin to open for you. Things will start to unfold for you as long as you don't give up. And that's what happened to me. I eventually was able to move out of the state. I mean, I had to go to court. And like I told you guys, during this process, I realized like every time I said a goal for more, that I wanted better, something would get thrown in to try to block me from moving forward. It's almost like life was saying, oh, so if you want this, then this is what you're gonna have to do to get through that door, sis. And it's like, are you strong enough to do it? Are you tough enough? Or you gonna punk out? And I wasn't gonna punk out. So I literally was dragged to court twice to have my kids taken away from me, to stop me from being able to leave the state. Although leaving the state would be a benefit for my children will be able to experience a better life, folks are still coming against me, you know what I mean? So I did what I had to do, even when I had to show up in court and speak up for myself twice, speak up in front. Do you know how nerve-wracking that is? But I was just like, I'm not gonna punk out. I'm not afraid. Okay, let's be honest. Was I afraid? Was I nervous? Yes. But what I knew was I either let that nervousness and that fear consume me and just stop me from fighting for what I knew I deserved, or I was going to take that and let that compel me and push me through to get to the other side. And that's what I chose to do. So yes, I was in court and I was having to speak up for myself and say why I'm a worthy enough mother to keep my children, and not only keep my children, but leave the state so I can give them a better life. And I won. So yes, it was painful. It was painful to go through the process, but at the end of the day, the door was open for me because I didn't give up. So that door was open for me to leave, and I left. And in case I didn't mention this before, but when I was journaling, I was also saying everything that I wanted, everything that I saw for myself, everything that I wanted my kids to experience. And I wanted to get my children out of the ghetto, and I wanted to not have to be on welfare again. And I wanted my kids to experience living in the suburbs and living in a nice neighborhood where I don't have to drive 30 to 4 minutes going and then 30 to 4 minutes coming back to get them to school, because the school that they're at is so horrible that it would be pointless of sending them there. So I would have to drive out of our district every day to get them to school so that they can experience something better. And I wanted it to be where I didn't have to do that because I lived in a neighborhood where the schools were top notch. And so I wrote these things down, and I don't care, like, even if what I'm journaling is just repetitive day to day. I'm writing every day what I'm believing for, what I'm wanting, what I see for myself, what I see for my children. And the days where I struggled because it was hard, again, I just let my emotions out. If I had to cry, I cried. If I had to go to my car and scream, I screamed. Whatever I had to do to get that out so that it didn't weigh me down, so that I was allowed to continue to push forward, that's what I did. So moving forward, I get to leave the state, and everything that I wrote that I wanted is in front of me. That suburbs that I wanted to live in is in front of me. The top schools that I want my kids to go to, right in front of me. Literally, when I went to sign my kids up for school, I was just blown back because what I wrote that I wanted and the type of school that they went to was literally in front of me. When my kids would like watch the Disney Channel back then, I don't remember the name of the show, but there was a show and they were in high school, and I remember seeing a high school and I was thinking like, I want my kids to experience going to a nice school like that. And I will never forget the day I took my daughter to sign up. She was starting high school when we moved, and I walked into the school, the very front of the school, and it was a brand new building that they had just built, and I was blown back. And oof, this is making me a little emotional, but I was just like, God, like, this is what I asked for. And imagine if I had given up. Imagine if during those times where it was just like, no matter how much I was praying, how much I was believing, I was still stuck in that situation, and I could not foresee how it was going to change. When I tell y'all, I was applying for job after job after job after job, and nothing was opening up for me. I didn't know how it was gonna happen. And this is where I tell you, when you're pushing every day and you're doing what you need to do, you're doing your part, and you feel like, sis, I don't see anything changing. I promise you, if you hold on to God, He will carry you through. If you hold on, He is working in the background. There's things happening that will bring you to that dream, that vision that you have in your heart for yourself. And so that's what happened. So now I don't have to drive out of our area for my kids to go to the top schools. That's automatic. They're now living in a great neighborhood where it's safe. I don't have to worry about my kids getting involved in gangs and XYZ. I no longer worry about how I'm going to keep the roof over my head or how I'm going to pay my bills. Welfare is not even a thought in my mind. I have money in my bank account. My children are happy. My home is filled with peace. Am I saying that life is perfect right now and I have everything that I want? No, because there's things that I've now added that I want more of. Like, I want more of life. But what I can say is that I have days that I literally sit back and all I could do is thank God. And sometimes I cry because as rough as my life has been, and as many times as people have doubted me, people have actually wished upon me to fail, I made it through. And I'm at a point in my life where I can say it is the most peaceful time of my life. It is the most blessed time of my life. There's things that I still want. Of course, I would love to have a partner again, and I don't have that yet. But what I do have is a home that I don't have to worry about. My children are happy. My children are healthy. Our home is just so peaceful. It's so fun. We laugh every day. It's filled with love. And on the days where my goals that I currently want that I'm not seeing happening yet, you know, I'm constantly working and I'm not seeing things unfold yet, I just take a step back and I look at how far I've come. I look at all that I've been through and how God brought me through. So sis, I just want you to know that you are so worthy. You are worthy of whatever it is that you want, whatever desire that you have in your heart, whatever life that it is that you're looking for yourself, or if you have children, you are worthy of that. Just hold on and don't let go. Know that there is more for you. Expect it. Be expectant. And that was my main thing. I was expectant. I didn't care what my life looked like at the time. I didn't care what was coming against me. I didn't care who was coming against me. I was expecting more. I don't care what's going on right now. This is what I'm expecting, and this is what I'm holding on to. And that's how I want you guys to move. I want you to hold on and be expectant of more, be expectant of better, because you deserve it. You are a child of God. You are an amazing woman. You are powerful, and you are so worthy of so much more. So just hold on. Continue to encourage yourself every day. Journal if you need to journal. Whatever it is that you need to do to just continue to encourage yourself and continue to keep at the forefront of your mind whatever vision, whatever dream, whatever desire you have in your heart. I want you to encourage yourself every single day, sis. Don't give up. Stay grateful. Stay grateful for how far you've come. Stay grateful for all you've had, because that's one thing I did as well. As much as I prayed and I said I wanted this and I wanted that and whatever, I stayed grateful. I still made sure I thanked God every day. I thank you for my home. I thank you, despite how frustrated I am right now, despite what life looks like for me, I thank you for my home. I thank you for food to eat. I thank you that my lights are still on. I thank you that although I'm digging up for change to put gas in my car, I have a car to get around in, and I was able to put the change together and put gas in my car. Find something to be grateful for, because when you're stuck on the negative and when you're stuck on what's not happening, it will block your blessings from coming in. It will literally just freeze you. You will stay stuck in that moment instead of moving forward. So be grateful. Stay in gratefulness every day. And when a prayer does get answered, and when a vision starts to unfold, or a dream starts to unfold in front of you, once you continue to move forward and you're asking for more and you're seeking more, when you're in that process again where you're having to wait it out, sis, I want you to then go back and just say thank you for how far you've come. Stay in gratitude and stay close to God. I can only tell you guys what has worked for me. I can only give advice off of what has worked for me, and that's what's worked for me. Stay close to God. There's going to be days where you're going to be angry, and you're a human being, and that's understandable. But at the end of the day, don't let God go. Hold on and just know and trust that as long as you don't give up, He is going to bring you through. So that is my message for today. I truly hope that this encourages someone. I hope that it gives someone some type of hope, some type of inspiration to keep pushing through. Just know that your current situation is not your final destination as long as you don't choose for it to be, sis. So I love you guys so much. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.